Welcome back. So we got somebody misbehaving out here in these Formula One streets. All right. I feel like you know what? I feel like he out here with these fraudulent statements. I feel like somebody is used to making more excuses than making podiums. That's what I feel like. Honestly, that's what I feel like. I feel like uh you tripping. You tripping, and we are talking about Mr. Pierre Gasly, driver of Alphatauri for a long time, a long stint. Matter of fact, went up, got demoted, went to Red Bull, got promoted. Don't even know if he gonna make it. Really, honestly, I think Gasly is tripping. I think he making these statements because, I mean, if you think about it, somebody with his trajectory might damn near be on the bounds of finding themselves back into a Formula 2 type seat or maybe a reserve driver. All right. Let's get into some of these statements that Gasly has been making that I think he could have really kept them to himself because I don't think they make him look any better. All right. You know the old saying, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say shit at all. In this case, it's worse than that because I think it makes him look like he has been portrayed and he has carried himself soft and weak. Gasly has carried himself in F1 like a weak ass soft driver. Let's just be for real. Let's look at some of these statements that Mr. Gasly felt he should make, all right? Mr. Gasly says he could not drive an unpredictable Red Bull car. Gasly says he was unable to drive how I want in Bahrain Grand Prix qualifying as he continued to struggle with an unpredictable RB15. He said the RB15 was unpredictable. Therefore, this is the reason why he did not perform well. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to look because we're going to do some fact checks. We're going to do some stat checks and comparisons up in here. All right. So stick with me because I just don't think it is the car. Mr. Gasly has went and made such a claim to say that the drivers have little to do with the outcome of any of their work, of any of their finishes. It is all car, right? I'm not a firm believer in that. Now, we all know if you've been to the go-kart track with your friends, you might tip the dude a little money to tell me which cart runs the best. But even still, if you can't drive worth shit, somebody in a subpar cart is going to get you. If they can keep their nose more straight than you can, coming in and out of these corners, sliding less, they're going to get you. Yes, of course, equipment matters, but the driver matters. And we're gonna point out some things that I believe contradict what Gasly is saying and definitely make him look like an idiot. He's not an idiot. I don't want to go as far to call Gasly an idiot, but definitely make him look like he's making more excuses than he's really making valid statements that we can look at and say, you know what? Those drivers, you're probably right. Matter of fact, let's get to one of the drivers that he took a shot at. Pow! Right? Let's get to that. Gasly, what in the hell were you thinking? What were you thinking? Are you out of your damn mind? You don't say shit like this about the GOAT. The GOAT. Maybe there's some things, Mr. Gasly, I don't know about you. Let's read this. Pierre Gasly claimed 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton would finish last. Gasly says he would finish last. He wouldn't even finish above the back of the grid ever. Last. In a Haas or Williams and insists cars are more important to results as the Frenchman cranks up the heat ahead of testing in Barcelona next week. Gasly, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you out your damn mind? You're going to sit up here and tell us, the Formula One world, that the GOAT would not even finish above last? Do you not realize that drivers in those cars have finished above last? Now, I ain't saying it was far above last, but it was above last. And you mean to tell me that the drivers in those cars are as comparable to Lewis Hamilton, the GOAT? You out of your damn mind. All right, right there, your arguments are dismissed, and I'm throwing your ass in contempt. I'm putting you in contempt. But let's go further, because you go further to even take strikes a bit at another driver that I favored, that is definitely talented, that was your buddy, your partner at one time. Let's look at that, because we're looking at the facts. Let's look at this. And you really right here, you seem like a car culture vulture. You seem like you just want a car hop. Right here he says, every year the car is different. Every year the car is different. But okay. New design, new chassis. Everything is different. Looking at this year's car, I would not mind driving their car. Max Verstappen is fighting for the championship, and they are consistently fighting for race wins, which was slightly different at my time. Yeah, no team is fighting for race wins every season. So for sure, I'd like that. And honestly, it's not really that different. Okay. In this statement, you contradicting yourself. Every year the car is different. At the end of the statement, it's really not that different. Charlie Murphy, Rick James, old skit. You watched the Charlie Murphy Dave Chappelle show recently, didn't you? You saw the Charlie Murphy and the Rick James skit that he didn't put his feet on Eddie's couch. Well, yeah, I put my feet on Eddie's couch. That's basically what you did right here. It's always different. Everything's different. It's not really that different. Bro. Gasly, I was with you like your whole story. I was like, Gasly and get a shot. He might be able to do something. And then you started coming on. But let's not fool ourselves, Gasly. If we look at these podiums that you did make, and we will look at these podiums, there are some very stimulus-like point outs. Not to say any driver, it doesn't happen. It does happen. But it just seems that with every podium that you have, it's consistent to happen, which it ain't many. You don't have many of these podiums. Let's just be for real. You don't have many. We're gonna look and see how many you got. And I'm valid to say that I think the source is credible, but if they're not, hey, comment below in the section. Let me know a more credible source, some other more stats. Not Wikipedia. We're not going on Wikipedia right now. Want something that a platform somebody has established to say, I'm really passionate about F1, keeping up with these numbers and all that good stuff. And I'll agree and we can go from there. But I guarantee it's not going to be many off from what I'm about to show you all. Let's get into the documents. All right, we done got into these silly, ridiculous ass statements that Gasly made. Let's go ahead. I'm going to do a screen share. We're going to look at Mr. Gasly's record. Let's look at Mr. Gasly. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Yes, we shall. Mr. Gasly, we're going to find his name right on down here. Pierre Gasly. Boom. We're going to bring him up, all right? I don't need you do whatever. Translate. I don't give a damn. We're going to bring this up. Mr. Gasly, right here. Now, let's go first, and let's look at his 86 grade GPs, all right? Let's look at that. Might I add, let's see. We have Alphatauri, which we know he recently drives for. We scroll on down. Hella Alphatauri, Toro Rosso, which means, they just changed sponsors. Then we get down here into the Red Bull section, all right? Now, if you look over here to your right, grid and then race is where he's going to have finished. Mr. Gasly, you don't have, and you are in the RB15. You're in the RB15. It tells us right here, RB15. You don't have not one damn podium, according to this. You finish as high as fourth in the RB15. As high as fourth with a collision. That's what they're saying right there, all right? Okay, Mr. Gasly. RB15. So we're going to look at this body of work. Next thing we're going to go and look into is the last time you drove a Haas or a Williams car, so that we can validate these claims of you saying that, because you didn't mention any other car on the grid. You mentioned Haas and Williams, of course, because they are the bottom runners. But their drivers have finished higher than last. But you say Lewis Hamilton, the GOAT, will finish last, so we must see if you've had this experience. Let's scroll on down and see the other teams that Mr. Gasly has driven for. Where the fuck is Haas? Where's Williams, Gasly? So you've never driven for these teams yourself, right? You're looking bad, bro. You're looking bad. Matter of fact, let's go back up here and let's look at all the podiums that Gasly has. Let's look at all his podiums, okay? Always translate. Don't ask me this shit again. Let's look at all his podiums. All right, where we got podiums? Right there. Podiums. Three podiums. None of them. Wait a minute. None of them are with Red Bull? None of them are with Red Bull. Am I mistaken, or is the Red Bull RB15 car a better car than any other car that AlphaTauri has had? I'm just asking. So you don't have any podiums with the RB15. Okay, that might go to say something since you said that. Let's look. Since you were running mate to Max Verstappen, let's look and see about another running mate that is racing with the Red Bull team. And let's see if he has had your same issues, okay? Let's look at that. We're going to go to Mr. Defense, the Jesus of defense. We're going to Perez, y'all. Let's go to Perez. Bring Perez on up here. See what he's talking about. Now let's look at his 213 GPs, all right? Red Bull, he is RB16B, all right? We're not going to stun him on that. But we do see in this column over here, we're looking at some things look a little bit different than Gasly, right? These finishes look a little bit different than Gasly, and I'm not going to hold him because we're talking about a car, the next generation of the car. He was in the RB15. Sergio is driving the RB16, but let's also keep in mind that I don't think the RB16 was totally catered and built around Sergio from the very beginning. This will be his season where he's had a good offseason. They can tailor the car to him, and he could come out running in the next variation of the Red Bull car. All right? We look on down here. Let's go a little further down to check his stats. And if you look at Sergio's or Checo's race finishes, I mean, they kind of pretty much follow him on up the chain. So that would tell me that the driver does matter. Not saying that the car completely doesn't, but that would tell me the driver does matter. But let's check his podiums. Let's see what Mr. Perez's podiums look like. We don't want to dismiss that. We want to give Gasly as much credit as we can until we're going to discredit his ass. All right, podiums in the Red Bull car. Well, damn, Gasly, he got 5 of them. And he got 1 first place podium. You ain't got that, bro. You don't have that with Red Bull in the RB15, although he's driving the 16. But I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you on that because you know what? In order for us to kind of really, really indict you, we need to have a driver who had driven the RB15. Would anybody happen to know who? You know what? Max drove an RB. I'm pretty sure Max was in the RB15. I think Max would be a better comparison. Why don't we go on over, take a look at Max's performance in the RB15. You know, if Max struggled in the RB15 and was unable to, you know, make any type of progress or podiums or any situation like that, because I never heard Max completely complain to this degree about the car, because every driver might have some like, hey, we need to tweak this, tweak that. But let's go look at Verstappen. Let's go check him out and see, you know, all these issues that he may have had in the RB15, because I'm pretty sure he drove it. Let's go to his GP records real quick. We're going to scroll on down. I mean, because the placement from 2021, we already know he killing Gasly with that, all right? But RB15 right here. We got the RB15 list right here. Gasly, your ass is done. You fired. RB15. Matter of fact, don't even worry about looking through all this because we're going to condense this information and just go over the podiums. Anything above fourth is going to be on the podium list, correct? Yes, correct. But even without us going over to look strictly at the podiums, I mean, look at Max's performance in the RB15, the same damn car you were driving. The same variation car you were driving, Max competed for race wins in that same season. What is up with you with the bullshit talking about, oh, yeah, right now they're competing for race wins? No, you just seem like you're jealous. Like, I wish you could drive like Max maybe, but you can't because you don't have the balls to. So let's go ahead. Let's go over to Max's podiums. See if he got any podiums in the RB15. Just for shits and giggles. Just because I want to give Gasly a fair shot. Let's go and scroll down here. Get out of the RB16. We don't want to be unfair. RB15 on the way. Right there, we're going to see the Gasly hate. This is, people, at the top here. You see, this is the podiums list. All of the podiums right here. They list the car he was in. RB15 starts right here at the top. Here's the position. Well, damn. Max in the RB15, third, first, second, third, first, second. What were you doing in the RB? I mean, Max evidently was driving an unpredictable RB15 and making podiums, competing for championships, competing for race wins. Let's see what you were doing in that RB15, Gasly, before I get ready to get out here and just straight clown your ass. Yo funny clown ass out here making these ridiculous comments looking about as crazy as your damn beard, bro. Let's look at this. I don't even go to the podiums. Let's go to the RB15. I don't even see that short ass list anymore. RB15. So right here, grid race. We got 6th, 14, 4. Congratulations. You didn't make podium. 7th, 10th, 8th, 5th, 6th. You didn't even finish. Drive shaft, mechanical failure. We'll give you that. 6th, 8th, and 11th. Gasly. Bro, I need you. This is what I need you to do, Gasly. This is what I want you to do, bro. I want you to take a moment and I want you to focus. I want you to focus this season because you have a new car. Things are different, right? You got a new car. Everybody's got a new car. Everybody's got new regulations. Don't ever take a shot at the best driver with this minimal, weak, lame type of claim. And then take a shot at the current champion, the 2021 champion, although we already understand all the bullshit behind it. Still, Max is a good driver. He's a very competitive driver. I'm going to say that with honesty in my heart. Don't take a shot at guys like this and then try to say if they was at the very bottom in the wackest cars, they would finish last. Max nor Lewis would only finish last in a Haas or Williams. I guarantee it. I'd put money on it. Why? Because Russell, Latifi, Mazepin, Schumacher, Grosjean, all them boys finish more than last sometimes. Although they stay at the back of the pack, they finish higher than last before. And they're not as good as drivers as either two of Lewis nor Max. You sound foolish out here, bro. You sound like a clown. You need to just focus on this season, focus on this car, and see if you can get more than 3 podiums. That's what you need to do. See if you can get more than 3 podiums, bro, because your record looking real suspect. You looking like you really working your ass out the back door of Formula 1, and you can grace Formula 2 with your subpar ass driving. You better pay attention to Albon. Matter of fact, that's probably where your next step is going to be. Your next step is going to be at Haas or Williams, and then we really going to see what you looking like. That's your next step. Albon close. So listen, y'all, I'm just saying this is clown type stuff like this. Should have just left it alone, Gasly. You shouldn't even say nothing. Just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself and your driving, bro. Don't take shots at the GOAT. Don't take shots at the current 2021 champion. Don't try to take everybody's car. What the hell you going to do? Run around the grid? Run around the garage just talking about, can I drive for you? Can I drive for you? Can I drive your car? Can I drive your car? No, drive your damn car. Y'all are sharing technology and information and notes. If the RB15 was so unpredictable, why the hell did you sign back with Toro Rosso, which pretty much is going to be running similar packages as Red Bull? You sound crazy, bro. With that being said, hey, I appreciate y'all for joining me. I could not let this shit go unchecked. We will have more videos. We got more car launches coming up. I will be back with that. Feel free in the comment section to tell me what you think about Mr. Gasly's abundant amount of bullshit comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.